I have just caught my late son's fiancée holding hands with a new man, so I'm cutting her off from moving on from my son so quickly. My 41 meters son, 18 meters, left us towards the end of 2023. He had a fiancée, now 20 feet, that he had been with for nearly 4 years, and he was engaged to her for about 6 months. Since he's been gone, she has been amazing, I will admit. I had her in the first car with me at his funeral. Last Father's Day, she invited me to her house for a meal, and I ate with her and her parents. She's checked up on me and come around just to see if I was okay. Christmas was no different. She bought me a present, wished me a Merry Christmas, and wished me a good New Year. I invited her around for a cup of tea and to say hello this last Thursday, and she said she was busy but would definitely come soon. I said, okay, no worries. I went shopping anyway the same day and happened to see her with a boy holding hands and also shopping. She saw me and got all embarrassed, said hello, introduced him, and said she'd see me soon. She messaged me the day after I saw her and told me about him. Apparently, she's been with him for about 3 months. She apologized and said she'd definitely come and see me soon to fill me in properly. I told her it's okay, she doesn't need to come and see me. She asked me if I was angry with her, and I said I'm not, but she doesn't need to come around anymore and that I think she should live her life and forget about me. She was all upset and tried to change my mind, so I've blocked/muted her for now. My colleagues noticed I was all quiet at work yesterday and asked me what was up, so I told them. They were sort of quiet themselves, and after a while, one of my colleagues said she thinks I'm wrong and was all like, the poor girl, she must be devastated. My manager heard it and said he agreed, and if one of his sons died, he'd be okay if the girlfriend moved on. I told them they don't know the first thing about what I'm going through, they've never lost a kid, so they have no idea. He sent me home, as he could see I was upset, and said we'd talk on Monday. I have no idea anymore. Am I in the wrong? Relevant comments. Comment 1. I think grief happens differently for different people at different life stages. Your reaction to seeing her is also a response to grief. Here is your son's fiancée, attempting to also make sense of her loss, moving on and dating. I would be upset with this simply because she's not frozen in time, living the way your son is in death. She can continue her life, learn to adjust, and live with the grief in ways your son will not have the chance to, and my God, that must hurt and feel unfair. But it also isn't her fault, because she's a different person from you, at a different time in her life, navigating grief differently. And perhaps you need to take space, which is totally okay. But by doing this, I wonder if somehow you are also hurting yourself in your own pain? She sounds as though she has been incredibly supportive and has handled this loss rather maturely for a 19 and then 20-year-old. I get the sense you value her emotional support during your immense loss. Do you think you may be recreating the loss out of your own anger? Do you really never want contact again? Comment 2. I don't think she's moved on or replaced your son. I think losing a child is nothing anyone will ever understand until it happens to them. I also think losing your first love, and your fiancé, who you spent time planning your entire life with, is an impossible feeling as well. Not the same as a parent losing a child, but not less than. She probably holds so much value in her relationship with you because she feels that she's still connected to him through you. Her relationship with you, talking to you, seeing you, probably helps her more than anyone could ever possibly explain. Her new partner could have been a sounding board while she was in her darkest moments. They could be celebrating him and not forgetting him. I don't think she's just moved on scot-free, nor that she doesn't care. She will never ever forget him. That's her first love. That's who she chose to spend forever with, and that was so brutally ripped away from her, just as it was from you. Your anger, everything you're feeling, is valid. But I don't think cutting her out of your life is going to benefit her, or you. Taking a step back for a while is one thing because it hurts to even see or imagine her creating a future with anyone but your son, as he does not get that opportunity. But, that does not mean that she deserves to lose the only thing that brings her close to your son. You. You are what's left of him, and I can guarantee that she's reliving every ounce of devastation since you told her she doesn't need to contact you anymore. It's round 2 of her entire world falling apart. I am so sorry for your loss. For the both of you. I hope in years to come you find comfort or peace in other things. No rush. No timeline. One day at a time. Update 1. So basically, I did feel really bad about hurting her, so I messaged her saying I do apologize. I didn't mean to hurt her like that, but I'm just struggling so much, and I need time. I asked for space for a bit and told her I'd get in touch when I feel up to it. I stressed that she's done nothing wrong and that I hope she's happy with him. She just replied back with a love heart and 3 X's. So I assume she is okay with things. Update 2. I met up with her this week. I decided, forget it, and messaged her. She was confused, given my last message, but agreed. We had a nice time and chatted. She assured me she still loved my son dearly but just met her new boyfriend, and he swept her off her feet. She says he reminds her a lot of my son and has the same qualities. She just couldn't help but fall for him. It was both a nice thing and hard to hear at the same time. But I hid it. I gave her a good bit of money to spend. She was all, "Are you serious?" and tried to give it back. I told her, yes, go on holiday with him or something and have a nice time. She kept hugging me and saying, thank you, that she loves me so much. She cried, I cried, and we're doing okay. I've done a lot of things this week I haven't done in ages. I bought a new PS5, new TV and sound system, and also paid for an escort. I've booked a holiday, looking at going to Japan. I've also reached out to old friends to check in with them. A lot of them are surprised but happy to hear from me. One has really been struggling, so I paid for a holiday for him too. He was so grateful. I'm going to see a new car soon too. I'm going for an Audi Q6. No idea what I'll do with it, but I figure, why not enjoy my time left on this earth? Relevant comments. Comment 1. Unlike most other commenters, this update actually concerns me, especially given your comment where you talk about going out with a bang. I know you have said therapy didn't work for you, but please consider trying again. You probably didn't have the right therapist. Sometimes you have to try a few different ones to find one that works for you. Response. The way I feel at the moment is like when you have a pet and they've been poorly for ages, they stare at you imploringly asking for help, to be let go, and you finally take them to be put down to the vet, and when you're on the way in the car and in the waiting room they look healthier and happier than they have in ages. In the end you make the decision for their own benefit, not your own. I feel like that pet at the moment, that I'm in the car on the way to the vets. That I'll no longer be forced to be here for anyone's benefit and I'll be free of suffering. Since I made that decision, I've felt more free and happier than I have done in ages. Comment 2. I'm seeing red flags everywhere from this update and I'm so concerned you are thinking of harming yourself. Please seek out someone to help you work through your grief. I always compare my depression to a deep, dark hole, and when I'm in the midst of it, I feel like I will be trapped there forever. But please believe me when I say you will climb out of it. To paraphrase Tom Hanks' character in Sleepless in Seattle, please keep getting out of bed every morning and breathe in and out all day long. After a while, you won't have to remind yourself to get out of bed in the morning and breathe in and out. The pain won't always have this stranglehold on your heart. Please don't do anything drastic. I really hope I am misinterpreting things. Comment 3. I don't know about your financial situation, but as someone who's dirt poor, I'm worried about the way you're spending money. Because when I start spending wildly, it's a sign that my mental health is taking a dive, and a little corner of my brain is trying to convince me that I'll feel better if I only have X, and the sad thing is, it works, at least partly. That said, me spending money to cheer myself up is worrying because I don't have money to spend. As long as you can afford it, it's probably not a problem. I do want to give you a slight nudge towards considering therapy, though. You lost your son, that's the worst thing any parent can experience. It helps to have professional help with your grief. I may obviously be projecting my own issues onto you, because, really, spending more money is the very first symptom of when my mental health is starting to go bad, but I wanted to say this anyway. So, just in case it's the same for you, you know someone else has this exact coping mechanism. For me, it starts before I even realize I'm sliding into a depressive episode, and as soon as it clicks that that's what's happening, I'm not only depressed but also broke, but with 5 new plants, some clothes, and an overpriced brush for my pets or some crap. It sounds like you're mostly doing well, though. Especially the fact that you're reaching out to friends is great, and I hope that they'll be sources of joy in your life. Good luck.